Welcome to Align Trading, taking a look at the SPY recap here from Friday before going over what to be watching into next week. Now, with Friday, it was OPEX, and I will talk a little bit about that. But after reaching that upper Bollinger, breaking out to the new all-time high, right after closing this cup, we talked about getting that move off of the 5 and 20-day moving average, right? Reached this upper Bollinger, 5 could not continue trending up with it, and we formed that resistance off of the 5-day, back down below the 20 as well, and now we are approaching this next target of the bottom Bollinger. So taking a look at the same view here on the 30-minute chart, and I was sick the last 2 days of the week, but on Thursday morning in the pre-market brief for Discord members, I talked about what you had to see from here, whether we were going to continue making a new high, otherwise falling below that 5-day moving average in order to see the deeper pullback, excuse me. So you see this head and shoulder, right? You can see how that forms, right? Beautiful trade right here. If you caught that Thursday morning, you can see, right, that is a head and shoulder right there. We close this inverse cup, right? There's that handle again within this same green algo, and you can see, right, how that white is there as well. You have another inverse cup and handle, same white green algo, right? Even gives you a head and shoulder there at the 20, and then below that 20-day moving average, right, you're going to see more downside as we continue closing this inverse cup. And now we have that green and this white algo here again. So on Monday, if we have a gap down or we see this orange selling continuation, pay attention. Otherwise, if there is some more structure here, could see that handle start to form. We were talking about with that upper Bollinger, the risk to reward on this trade is just not too good up at the top here, right? You can see how we have this huge area of liquidity right there. So when we're up here, if you're adding into calls, right, you need to at least see something like that forming to give you that continuation out of this blue and yellow. Even right here, right, if you were thinking we were going to head back up, pay attention, right? You need to be seeing this cup close, breaking right out of that blue and yellow, which we did not do. You can see how we form that resistance back at that shoulder, right? Now we will go to the 1-minute chart and take a look at the microstructure and algorithms and kind of talk about what happened here. So in the morning, right, you can see that we have this algo right here. Pay attention, this is the same algo on the way down. And just off of these trades alone right there, you could have been done for the day. That's a point, that's a point, that's a point, and then once again, right, that's another point, all off of the structure inverse cup and handle, right? You can see that head and shoulder right there, head and shoulder, right? This one straight in the morning, sure, not as good of structure, but you can see, right, that bear flag that we have forming that with that wedge as well. So there are several trades here just in the morning, and then once again, right, with the same algo, right, you can see how that's starting to form right here. Same thing, right, the same algo, and then we also can see there is this tapering algo right here as well as we are forming this larger head and shoulder. You can see that inverse cup and that handle that we talked about, right? Another inverse cup, shoulder down to that 20-day, right? And from there, you just continue seeing the head and shoulder along with this same algo. Now, if you are taking calls looking for a bounce, why? There is nothing here that formed to be saying that calls are ready. Even right here, right? As this is starting to form this inverse head and shoulder right there, sure, right? You get this move up. But look, you can see how we're not getting above that resistance. Back down, right? You can see we have this resistance right here. And sure enough, can't get back above that. Now, if we started grabbing this liquidity right here, close this cup, right, once again at that resistance, formed that handle, then you could start to see us heading back up. But ultimately, right, the strongest thing is going to see that cup close back to the open. From there, right, see that handle and then get that continuation for the breakout above the open. Now, you could also set up, right, the dump where we have all of this liquidity right there, and we could have seen something like that as well. Just like I showed you on the 30-minute chart here, on the way down, right? With the selling flag, more selling, you can see that same algo right here, right? So you see that same algo, and then within it, right, as I'm talking about with this right here on the way down, right? You can see how that is starting to form within that, giving you this trade, right? Each time that you want to take it, even right there, another inverse cup and handle, beautiful head and shoulder, gives you a small scalp. So now where do we go from here? As we talked about with this inverse cup, closing right here and the handle that we can see starting to form. If we get below that, pay attention, right? This is the last area that we have. Last time that we were faced with this, you can see how we were able to form that reversal instead of continuing down, grabbing that liquidity, and then heading back up. So be watching that into Monday, as well as this big candle right here that we can move down and grab this liquidity as well as we continue closing this larger inverse cup. Now, if we open below this on Monday, what you will have to be watching, right, is below this area, we have this gap right here. So you can see if we go down, that is going to be the next big target right here. And then right off course, that bottom Bollinger first. Now to go long again, what do we have to see? Got to get back above this 5 and 28 moving average. So if there is some crazy sort of reversal, got to see us regain that 20, regain the 5, and we could still be within this blue and yellow controlled selling if that does form, right? Same thing. So you would have to see something like this if this really is that cup and sort of handle forming. Well, that's all that I have for the video. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members on Monday morning.